You all file your way back into chapel, where there's a lot of very depressed-looking children, some rather giddily excited-looking prefects, and Father Vogel emerging from the confession booth, and then Aaliyah Johnson emerging from the other side of it. Both of them have cheeky smiles on their faces.
I blink a little. After all, Aaliyah had actually been on my mind. Of all the other awful prefects, she's the second one I was thinking about. If I could turn them on each other, that would be the best idea. So I'm quite surprised to see... Where are they coming out of?
The confessional booth.
I try and observe the situation. Is there something going on here?
You can make an intuition roll.
I will. 9.
Well, what that tells you is there's every possibility that something's going on. It wouldn't be beyond this place for the teachers to be abusive in another manner. But on the other hand, they are both emerging from different sides of the confessional booth. So it's equally as possible that Aaliyah has just said something that has amused Father Vogel.
I put it aside for now. I think I'm too distracted. I'm just really filled with the urge to just punch that fucker in the face, but I know if I do that, he'll probably murder me. This place.
Rapture. Everybody, take your seats on the pews. Rapture. There will come a time when this world ends, where the holy and the saved will move on to their just reward, and everyone else will be left behind. It will come, I am assured of that, and not all of you will be saved. It takes a great deal of belief, of faith, of virtuous action to warrant sanctuary and salvation. And therefore, when I look across all of you, I see very little of that. Only among a scant few, the prefects among them, do I see the possibility of salvation. Keep that in mind, that when the rapture comes, it will not show mercy. If you have not lived up to God's will, then there is no hope for you. You will be left. And on that note, one of the prefects, Georgina Barton, is going to start us with a prayer and then sing a song that she brings to us from the outside world. Georgina, who was friendly with Emily on her first day, offering her hugs and such, takes the lectern and clears her throat. Hello. Heaven and earth will disappear, but my words remain forever. But no one knows the date now when the end will be, not even the angels. No, not even God's Son. Only the Father knows. The world will be at ease, banquets and parties and weddings, just as it was in Noah's time before the sudden coming of the flood. People wouldn't believe what was going to happen until the flood actually arrived and took them all away. So shall my coming be. 2 men will be working together in the fields, and one will be taken, the other left. 2 women will be going about their household tasks. One will be taken, the other left. So be prepared, for you don't know what date your Lord is coming. Now I'm going to sing. Life was filled with guns and war, and everyone got trampled on the floor. I wish we'd all been ready. Children died, the days grew cold. A piece of bread could buy a bag of gold. I wish we'd all been ready. There's no time to change your mind. Your family's gone, and you've been left behind. A man and wife asleep in bed. She hears a noise and turns her head. He's gone. I wish we'd all been ready. Two men walking up a hill. One disappears and one left standing still. I wish we'd all been ready. There's no time to change your mind. Your family's gone, and you've been left behind. And this song continues to the tears of many of the children in attendance. She seems to poke at you with the words. She seems to needle you with them. You can't remove the smile from her face. She seems, well, almost like she is waiting for that rapture to take her right now. Life was filled with guns and war, and everyone got trampled on the floor. I wish we'd all been ready. Children died, the days grew cold. A piece of bread could buy a bag of gold. I wish we'd all been ready. There's no time to change your mind. Your family's gone. How could you have been so blind? The father spoke. The demons died, your family's gone, you've been left behind. You've been left behind. You've been left behind. You've been left. And she seems elated. And the other prefects, they all seem to be enjoying it. And Father Vogel, he looks proud, but the other children like you, they look utterly depressed by this. And to a degree distressed.
I definitely feel depressed. Something about the song makes me just think about what happened. I mean, I don't know why she wouldn't just come. Why wouldn't she do something? Dad would have. Dad had been here, he would have done something.
Thank you very much, Georgina. I'm sure all of you enjoyed that a great deal. Hopefully it made you feel closer to God or heaven.
I am drying my eyes a bit. I feel like many of the others quite moved. It's sad. I just feel sad.
Now, I see God has touched some of you through the singing. That is good. Heaven is all around us. It is closer than you think. Sometimes you just need to reach out and touch it. Sometimes it is in your seat, in your bed, in the walls itself. Heaven is close to all of us. All you have to do is touch it. And then you will have the chance of salvation, but until you reach out, there will be no hope for you. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Chapel is a short session because of the visiting hours, so if anyone wishes to see me for confession now is the time. Otherwise, you have 10 minutes to recess before Mr. Greep's class and Dr. Crow starts calling people for counseling. The procession out of the church is actually more of a trickle. Whether it's the singing, whether it was the visiting, whether it was the statement by Father Vogel, some of the children seem more inclined to have confession with the priest now.
I'm considering it for a bit. I'm kind of... It feels like I'm waiting for some kind of divine intervention. Like, I don't know. Does it make a difference if I tell him about things I stole? And I don't know.
You hear a peeling, squeaking and grinding from the vents behind you.
As I hear it, I give a little jolt. I turn around. What's that?
Tobin.
What?
Tobin.
I start going up to it. Look in.
Is that you, Tobin?
Yeah, who's this?
I can't tell you right now. While the priest is distracted.
Yeah?
You can't do this alone. You've got to do this with some of your friends.
Do what?
This is a bigger task than for one person alone.
What am I supposed to do?
Listen. I'm not here. I'm just a voice in a radio. You understand?
Yeah.
There's a room. It's on the 3rd floor. You've got to break down the wall. It's okay, no one is up there. And you will find this radio up there. Then I'll give you further instructions. You understand?
How am I...
I'm going to get you and your friends out of here.
But how do I know which room?
Okay, that's a good question. You've got to head down to the north wing. It's the last room. Make sure you're not going into the memory hole. You understand? Don't go into the memory hole. Go into my room. Last room. On the left. Last room on the left. You understand?
Yeah. Okay. Break down the wall and I'll find the radio.
Good boy. It's a weak wall. And I'm going to get you out of here. But listening to all this, it sickens me. But now's our chance.
Oh, alright. Yeah, okay.
But only get people you can trust. I don't want nobody who's gone trying to commit murders, or no one who's setting people on fire, nothing like that. I need people who are innocent, you understand? People who are innocent. I'm going to you because you're practical, but I need people who you trust, and who aren't multiple murderers or nothing like that.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Good lad.
Yeah, okay. And I turn away from it and as this fades out, I look over to the confession booth one last time and then I just head off.
Damien and Emily, are you stopping for confession?
No, I just head to wherever we're supposed to be next. Again, I'm really annoyed. I'm trying to calm myself down, thinking to myself that, to be honest with you, trying to punch that kid in the face, I'll get hurt. He has friends. The only way you take down those sort of bullies is you have to be clever. So I'll just have to wait.
Emily is standing in front of the confession booth. She's not quite sure what the purpose of it is. She's seen them before and she's heard about it before, but she hasn't really grasped the idea of why it's necessary. So she's just kind of standing there, more in a curious way than anything else.
I kind of look behind me and notice Emily kind of just standing as other people are leaving, and I just go over and gently say, "Hey Emily, come on, let's go."
What are they for?
It's for talking to that man You don't want to do that, do you?
Why do you talk in the box?
It's because he's supposed to help people, but he doesn't, does he? So, let's just go.
Okay. Where are we going?
Oh, I don't know. Where do you have to be now?
As you start coming out, I see you and I just nod to the side like, hey, come over.
I look and Emily's there, so I just walk over. Yeah, Tobin? You need something?
It's mostly for her. And I see Lana go by and I like, oh no, she was cutting someone's brakes. I don't know if I should take her to that thing. And then I look up to Damien again. Yeah, I just wanted to talk to her a bit. But you... did you really kill your PE teacher?
What? Who told you I killed my PE teacher?
No, I just, it just feels like a thing you'd do. I mean, but...
No, I didn't. Didn't you hear? I ran away from home. Big whoop.
Is that all?
Yes.
You didn't kill anyone?
No.
Didn't try to kill anyone?
You killed someone?
No.
Didn't cut, like, brakes from the car and some step...
I've never cut brakes of what?
Yeah, so, I need you for something. Can you come with me, please, just now?
Yeah,
Cut.
of course.
Just come now.
I start walking. I squint a little and say, "Okay, sure."
And I start trying to lead them up to the 3rd floor and the last room.
Last room on the left, as instructed.
That one.
Mm-hmm. As described, it's a room that doesn't appear to have seen much use. There's dust and plaster on the floor. There's exposed pipes running from floor to ceiling. And there's a... You can't see any ventilation shafts, but there is a sort of sheet white wall which looks recently plastered.
That wall. Come, help me with this. And I start trying to punch it, kick it.
What are you doing?
Just do it, okay?
We're
Gotta
not supposed
break this.
to punch the wall.
There's something hidden here, okay? I heard someone. They were talking to me through the ventilation shaft. There was a noise, sounded like a radio.
I heard that too.
Is that what you heard yesterday?
Yeah.
I look at him quite skeptically, except for the part about hearing a radio in the walls. I do kind of just look around and I just say, "What, you say there's something in the wall? A voice in the wall told you there's something in the wall. Is that what you're saying?"
He's saying he's sending from a radio and it's supposed to be in here. Come on. And I just make sure the door is closed so no one comes in while we're doing this. And then I try to find an implement that I could use to try and beat it down. Come on, let's do this.
Okay. I kind of feel a sudden act of rebellion for some reason and think maybe this is fine. Yeah, okay, sure, it's behind the wall. There'll probably be nothing. Okay.
And it's like everything has just gone from me, you know. It's like all that I was told by Dr. Crow to just behave and I'll be let out soon. Told by my dad to just be strong. But it's like something just grabs a hold of me, this manic feeling. I don't know why this is so important. I just don't think, I just do it.
And so you kick and you punch and you elbow and you shoulder your way through the wall together. There is something cathartic about doing so, about destroying a part of this place that has been so utterly hostile to you. And then once you break through, you find that you are looking at a gap between the wall and the brick of the actual structure of the building. It's like a small corridor that ran behind this room, and looking like it runs behind others as well. You're not sure how far this goes. But as promised, you can see on the floor an old wind-up radio.
Look at that.
That's the radio.
That doesn't make any sense. That can't be it. That's like an antique. An antique wouldn't be making that static. Look at it.
I don't know. How does this even work? See, Emily? This is what you heard, probably.
Is that a radio?
I think so.
Yeah. Emily, just be careful. I sort of go forward and just try and touch this item.
Oh.
Yeah, it appears to just be a simple, mundane radio with a crank handle on the back that you could turn to give it some energy. It's got some dials on the front to adjust the frequency and volume meter.
I kind of start trying to crank it, and I look to Tobin, saying, "I think you just crank it on the back. It's kind of like old school stuff. I can't actually believe there is a radio here."
I don't know what we're supposed to do with it. It's just I heard this voice talking. Sounded like he was from Australia or something. And
Australia.
yeah, he had this accent.
Right.
What did he say?
Okay. I'm finding this all very hard to believe, but to be honest, at the same time, I can't deny my own eyes. There is a radio in this weird space, so I do just start turning it. I want to see what happens if we turn it on.
And I turn over to Emily. He said he'd been listening into the lessons and he's going to put a stop to things.
Who is he? Is he a parent?
I don't know. And turn to it as he starts winding it up. Damien.
As he starts winding it up and it starts hissing and crackling, you can hear the loud footfalls and voices of some of the prefects that are clumping along outside, down the corridor, you think, well, in the direction of this room, if not toward this room in particular. And you can hear them. Each of you can do a perception roll if you like. See whether you can make out exactly what they're saying.
14.
14 too.
12.
Oh, well, that's fine then. Because you all hear they're saying, "Oh, let's dump her in the memory hole and be done with it. I think we could have a bit of fun with her first, don't you?" There's lots of rooms up here that we've not been in for a while. Time to paint some walls red, I think. That sounds like fun to me. Please let me go. Not until we've had our fun. Greep isn't going to care if you're late for class. And then you hear one of the footfalls stop abruptly. Is that static? I can hear.
And did I recognise that other voice of the one I asked to be let go?
Yes. To your great relief, selfish as it may be, it's not Lana. But it sounds to you like one of the other new girls who had just started. Laura Skinner, you think her name was? It was Lana's friend.
Laura was alright too.
From what you recall, she had caused the suicide of another girl at her school through doxing her and such.
That's what she said. I mean, some of these things are just incredible. But I turned to Damien. Shh, make it quiet. Oh, let's get into the wall. Get into the wall.
You could definitely fit into the wall.
I bite my lip a little, and I try and act as quickly as I can, trying to be cool and calm. I will try and stop the radio making noise, and yes, hide. I just say, Emily, we need to play hide and seek. We need to hide. You know hide and seek? We need to hide. You can't let them find us. We can't be found.
Okay.
Okay, you get into the wall, and it's just as well that you do, because they decide they're going to use this room as their playground. Do you move along the wall, because this may well take you to another room, rather than staying here right next to a giant cavity that you just kicked out of it? It's up to you.
I try to nod, and maybe I'll take the lead since Damien was helping Emily and staying behind. I just hurried in, and I start going along the wall, hoping I'll get to another room.
Okay, well, I'm only going to ask for one reflexes roll then, and it will be from the leader, in order to navigate this structure without making too much noise.
Can I use my act under pressure, my coolness?
Yes, definitely.
Oh, that's dreadful. I'm afraid it's a 6.
Okay, as you're trying to move quietly, unfortunately, you break a pipe that is partly protruding from the wall, and it makes a tremendous din. You have the choice at this point, you and your companions. You can basically expose yourself and enter the room to face these prefects, or you can try at speed without any worry about the amount of noise you're making. Try and basically squeeze yourself through this corridor, this passage, just to wherever it takes you.
Did I hear what prefects that were coming?
You definitely heard Isaac, you definitely heard Aaliyah, and that usually means trouble. There was more than 2 sets of footfalls, anyway.
On a strange whim, I just start screaming, trying to sound scary. I just start screaming, "We're coming to get you, Isaac! We're coming to get you!" And I try to urge the other ones to do the same.
I blink, looking at Tobin, completely confused by what he's doing. I kind of just try and get Emily to move past him and say, "Emily, run to the next room."
Okay.
And then I just try and hide as best I can behind Tobin.
Are you running?
Yeah, Emily is trying to run. She's quite a bit smaller, so maybe she can actually manage to get through to the next room a little easier.
Yeah, I mean, the walls are as tight as a vice around your chest, so they would have been even tighter for Tobin. And as you make your way through this narrow passage, pipes, occasionally even billowing steam and exuding noxious fumes, there's jagged pieces of metal in the walls that lightly scratch your skin as cobweb after cobweb settles in your hair or on your face. There is something reassuring, however, about the fact that these bugs are not only real, they're tangible. This isn't the thing of your nightmares. If anything, this is a alleviation from the kind of thing that you hallucinate. Could you make a reflexes roll, please, for Emily?
Yes. 19.
You narrowly avoid standing on a nail that would have gone straight through the sole of your shoe. And you see a cockroach crawling down your hand and up your sleeve. Do you wish to move on?
Yes.
Could you make a coolness roll now, please?
Okay, 16.
Okay, you don't panic. Again, there's that reassuring feeling that this is physical. You can feel this bug, and it's not trying to hurt you, it's not trying to bite you. It's just a cockroach. And while there's no room to get it out of your sleeve, you can keep moving. And as you do, you see the gap between the walls expand out into a vista of pipes, pistons, and heavy machinery. And you know instinctively that you're no longer in St. Jude's. But before we handle that, we'll get back to the walls, where Tobin is attempting to intimidate Isaac.
Yeah, and I'm trying to... This burst pipe, I try to aim or somehow direct that steam that comes to goes towards the hole.
Good idea. Could I get I think charisma, unless there is an attribute you would prefer to use that is applicable?
No, let's do that. Let's use charisma, thank you. 17.
17. Isaac, not that you see him, but you hear him, because you hear the footsteps back and then a crash to the ground. And he says, "We're getting out. We're getting the fuck out of here. We're getting out." Well, it's just a voice, Isaac. It's something in the walls. It's something. You know what happened to Clifford, don't you?
You're not safe anywhere.
You know what happened to Clifford. It's just the walls, Isaac. Come on, we've got this girl to play with. And Isaac just runs, and as he runs, the other prefects leave. Some of them panicked, some of them disappointed. And you can hear crying from the room where presumably Laura has been left.
Well, I guess that's good. I'm not going to go out to her, though. I made her some sort of promise, and she's trouble, but at least she's safe, I think to myself. And I look to Damien, sweat clearly breaking out on my forehead. Where did she...
I can't believe that actually fucking worked. What the fuck?
That was good, right? That was...
Yeah, actually, I guess.
Pretty slap.
But what did he say about Clifford? And then I look to the radio. I had been about to try and hide it, but now there's no need, and I'm just holding it. But I do then turn around, and I just say, Emily? Emily? Emily?
You can't see her, she can't hear you.
Oh.
Hang on, let's go to the other room, then just check on Emily. And I kind of myself start heading in the direction I assume she's gone in.
Given that you're not moving at speed as Emily was, you're able to take a greater view of your surroundings and how tight, compressed, uncomfortable they are. You avoid these sharp pieces of metal as much as you can, although they do tear at your clothing, catching stitches and occasionally grazing, but for the most part you're safe. And luckily most of the cobwebs have been cleared by the small girl that's gone on ahead. And you find Emily, who to you is standing at the edge of a dark chasm, for want of a better term. It appears that the corridor between rooms ends here, and the brick wall that you're both walking adjacent to and on top of just steeply depresses, presumably down to ground level. As you're on the third floor and this place is not lit in the slightest, that would be quite a drop, and you're not sure what would be at the bottom. What Emily sees is completely different, as I've already explained, but she is looking very close to that edge. Emily, are you stepping forward into the colossal, what looks like a city in front of you? A city of pumping engines and grinding gears, but also wide steel, glass, chrome streets. It looks like bright lights and, well, a vast expanse. It's intimidating, no doubt. It's like nothing you've ever seen before, but it's not where you were.
Well, she was told to just go. And although it seems very surreal to her, she thinks it's the best to just keep going away from the danger. So she continues.
Okay, you take a step. Damien, you see Emily take a step, and from your vantage, it looks like she is literally stepping off into this abyss. Are you going to try and grab her?
Yes, I quickly put the radio down and reached my hand out, saying, Emily, what are you doing? Stop!
Make a reflexes roll, then, please, for Damien.
Could I use my coolness instead?
No.
Because I don't have time to think on it. Fair enough.
No.
That is 10.
Well, it means that you do grab Emily, and you do seize her by her injured wrist, which does bring Emily somewhat back to reality. The main issue is, on a 10 you get complications, as we know, and on that roll, you grab her wrist, the injured one, and as you pull her, catching on the wall is ripped the monkey that was on her arm, and it goes falling into the darkness. You pull her back to safety.
I kind of pull her back, but notice that something falls, and I'm just like, Emily!
No!
Emily, what were you doing?
No! Emily starts crawling back. Can she still see the city, or is it now an abyss for her?
No, you can still see it, but it looks to you like the monkey has been caught between the gears of a great machine that has crushed its spine, neck, and skull.
Emily is trying tooth and nail to get out of his grasp, to get to her monkey.
I get very confused, not knowing what's going on, but I hold on to her like, Emily, no, you can't. It's a hole. Can't you see the hole? I'm sorry.
Tobin, are you stepping in at all?
I've been going behind.
Yeah.
I've been giggling a lot to myself about what I just accomplished, scaring Isaac off, and also I'm trying to tell Damien just before this happened. It's like I saw this streamer in a game playing a game about Isaac, and it was this, and then he lunges for her, and I can't really squeeze in because it's too tight. I couldn't really get between them. And what are you doing in there?
I don't know, help! He's trying to jump into a freaking hole!
My monkey!
Emily, stop it!
No,
What are you doing?
No, you don't understand.
Calm down, Emily. It's gonna be okay. They're not coming.
No, it's my monkey. It's gone. It's stuck in the machine.
What's stuck?
My monkey is stuck in the
Okay,
machine.
just stop. I'll look. Okay, just
Hey.
stop.
Hey, Emily. Emily, can you hear me?
Give me my monkey back.
I can't give you your monkey back, doll. I'm in a radio.
I just look down at the radio and in complete silence now.
It's okay. It's okay, girl. Don't cry. I can see you. I heard everything that's happened, and I'm so sorry I couldn't intervene. I'm trapped. You understand?
Wait,
Don't be afraid. It's okay. I'm here to help. There's been too much suffering, too much, and it's time to end this.
wait, what the, how can you, what? Who are you? How can you see us?
Listen, it's a long story. Is where you are. Do you feel like where you are is safe? I mean, as safe as you can be.
Kind of look at Emily. Has she stopped trying to move forwards for the moment?
What does the world look like to Emily right now? Can she still see the monkey?
You can still see the machine city, but the longer you look at it, the more it seems out of place for it to be here in the middle of a centre for troubled youths.
But can she see her toy?
No, it has been swallowed up by the machine.
Well, then Emily isn't fighting anymore. She's sobbing on the floor.
I kind of sigh a little and I say, we're in a wall. I guess it's safe. There's a hole here though.
No one is gonna come here, I think.
No, they wouldn't. They shouldn't.
Listen. I've been trapped here for a very long time, and you've got to understand there's things in this place that you're not going to know, you're not going to understand. There's all kinds of things going on, things in the walls, things in the people, and I want to help you, because as soon as I saw you, as soon as I heard you, I knew that you, the three of you, would be the ones who could make this place go away. At the very least, we'll get you the hell out.
I mean, it's just it's a place that's shit for troubled people, but I don't know what this kind of... It's a lot of messed up people here. I don't know what they would do otherwise.
Emily, my girl, tell them what you can see.
My monkey's gone.
What was around the monkey?
Machines.
Lots of machines, right?
Yeah.
That's right. Now I need you two boys to have a look down there in their hole and really concentrate, really think as much as you can. Could you both make soul rolls, please, if you are doing what he suggests?
I kind of do lean forward, although I'm thinking in my mind how ridiculous this all sounds, but at the same time a voice is talking to me in a radio, so I'm willing to give it some time. 11.
Yeah, I look at Damien and Emily, and seeing how Damien is doing this, I suppose I try to peek past him as well, try to see what this is about. 4.
Well, Tobin, you see nothing. As far as you're concerned, this is just an abyss. And admittedly, it's an intimidating one, but an abyss nonetheless. Whereas Damien, all of a sudden you are struck with flashes of this place. You can't see it as clearly as Emily, by any means. But you are seeing something. It's like it's bleeding around the edges. You can see tall buildings, long rails, train tracks, and you think you just see a what could be a rocket or a sleek plane just shoot through the sky. But how can that be? You're indoors.
I kind of just stagger back a little, blinking rapidly. I must be ill or something. How can that... There's planes?
Okay, I'm gonna level with you now, and you may not believe me, but luckily there's still time. I'm sorry I can't be there for you in person. I'm sorry about everything all of you are going through. Good news is, I know the best way to get some justice for your situation. It's not through the mortal courts, through the adults at your facility, or through therapy. It's through retribution. Clean, just violence. Crow will tell you to torture the other children the more you get to know her, but that just feeds into her desire for pain.
Torture?
Wait, what? Dr. Crow? It's the prefect, isn't it? Who do that?
Listen, they're marching to her drum beat, young man. And I'm saying we need a clean slate. Wipe it clean. I need blood. But there need be no pain. Feed me blood, and this entire episode will come to a rapid close.
What? What do you mean? Give you blood? Whose blood? What blood? What?
All these bastards that have tormented you, that have tormented other children, that have tortured them, and you've seen it.
Yeah?
Any one of them. Any of them. By now you should have realised St. Jude's is more than just an ordinary place. The suffering is unparalleled. It's on a different level to
any place like it. You join one day and within 24 hours you're already witnessing an execution.
What do you mean execution?
That girl that got electrocuted, you don't think she walked out of there, do you?
No, but she's not dead.
Where do you think she is?
But no, how can they get away with that? They can't get away with that.
I think they can, man.
I look at Tobin like... Okay.
Kids like you have parents that feel sometimes like they would be better off if you weren't around. So if a kid has an accident at a place like this, and maybe electrocutes themselves, yeah, sure, the parent might shed a few tears at the funeral, but if anything, the parent is now free. And that's horrible. I'm not condoning it, I'm not saying it's a good thing, it's not. This place is on a ledge between heaven and hell in many respects, and I'm an angel in heaven, and I know it's a bit unusual that I'm speaking to you through a wind-up radio. There's reasons for this, there's all kinds of reasons. I can't come to St. Jude's in person, but I can lend you the strength of my arm, the fire of my sword, and the flight of my wings, if you can but bring the worst of your tormentors to justice for me. Then your life returns to normal, no more of this hell.
But, wait, how's that? Hang on, isn't that the same thing? Like, is it? You said Dr. Crow was just to... I did think that that they wanted kids to do shit to each other, but if we do what you're saying, are we just doing the exact same thing?
No, that's justice, my friend. It's justice.
Justice.
You think you're the first children that these bastards have tormented?
No, what happens to the other kids? Like, there's no other... the only kids are here are new kids. What happens to the ones that are supposed to leave? Or supposed to be here?
Well, some of them leave, more screwed up than when they arrived. Some of them don't. They end up in the walls.
I just sort of look at Tobin at that line.
They said it's just the walls, that like it was normal people talking in the walls.
So, wait, okay, you're a... Okay, you know what, mister, I don't know if I believe half of this, but how does we get you some blood? How do we do that? You mean, like, just get a vial or something? Cut one of them and bring you a vial? Where do we even bring it? This radio?
I can watch and hear everything you do and go through, but I can't offer my aid unless a part of you takes part in the deliverance of justice. And now I've already got a special teddy bear from one of you. I need something else from the other.
I want it back, give it back to me.
Yeah, I can get it back for you, doll, I can.
You can?
I can. But I need you to do this favour for me. And I need something from the other two of you. I need an icon, something like, I don't know, a photo of your mother or something special to you. And it's got to rest on the corpse of your tormentor.
Okay.
For me to take strength. This is the deal. You do this and St. Jude's falls.
Okay.
What do you mean, St. Jude Falls? What are you gonna do?
It will allow me to come into being and bring this horrible place down to its foundations and beyond. Drag it to a land down under.
Wait, what? You said Dr. Crow. What about the other teachers? Are they all in on it?
Everyone gets their chance at salvation, kid. Some of them have walked a very long path away from it.
But wait, you said corpse. Why do we have to... You want us to kill someone?
That's what a corpse is, isn't it? I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I mean, I can tell that your friend Emily, she's more up for it than you because she's already lost something.
But why did you want innocent people for this? I mean, you said no one that had killed someone. This doesn't make sense to me if you want us to do that.
If I just convinced some bully, some sadist to kill a kid, do you think that means anything? Do you think that means anything in heaven? No.
No, maybe not.
I know a lot more about this than you.
Yeah.
And I'm giving you a chance here.
Yeah.
Now, you know what you can do? If you want to just put this radio back in the wall and I'll start speaking to someone else who is interested in doing what I'm offering.
No. We'll do it.
How? How do we get your sword?
As I said, you get rid of one of your tormentors, adult or child. You place your icons by the body, and I've already got one of them, so Emily's quite safe there. So that I know you've done it. And then I will appear.
And I touch the necklace that I have around my neck. I have a headache.
I bet you do, kid. Now, why don't you go through your day as you normally would? I'm not suggesting you do this immediately, but there's going to come a time when you have to, because eventually this suffering is going to get too great, and when it does, I promise I'll be right there by your shoulder to help deliver justice.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Do we have a compact?
Compact.
A deal?
Yeah, we have a deal.
Wait.
I look at the others.
Why now? You said you've been here a long time, mister. Why are we suddenly the only ones who can help you right now?
Gotta wait for the right messenger. You think God could have just dropped his son down onto Earth or at any time? No, he had to wait for the right circumstances.
Oh, that's fucking real. You're not actually an angel.
Whatever I am, mate, I am your only chance at salvation, because I know everything that's happening to you. I know your name. I know why you're here. I know why all of you are here.
Oh.
Alright, yeah, I guess we'll do it.
Wait, no. You can prove that. You don't know anything about me. How could you know anything about me?
Because I watch people from where I am in heaven, in my holy seat, that you just caught a glimpse of. And I know you, Damien, don't belong here, do you?
Well, any kid here would say that.
Yeah, well, he knows what I mean. And I think he knows that if word of that got out among the other children, that his life would become very difficult indeed.
Are you threatening us now?
No, I'm just giving the bare facts, because eventually, if they don't know already, Crow and the other adults are going to work out that he isn't what he says he is.
I just look at Damien at this.
I kind of just fall silent and I just put the radio to the side. I don't say anything.
Ever think about it? You don't need to tune in on the radio again. You've already been told what you got to do, and I'll be waiting for the sacrifice.
We'll give it to you.
Good girl. If your friends don't help, if they don't lay down their icons, I can't necessarily protect them.
One last question. The prefects, are they just stupid kids?
Kids can be very cruel, Damien. Good news is I'm very in touch with my inner child.
They're all devils. Every damn one of them.
They almost killed someone. They electrocuted that girl.
They did kill that girl, Emily.
Like criminals.
There you go. And what do criminals need? Justice.
You have listened to an episode of Red Moon Roleplaying, where we played the scenario It Started and Ended with Screams for KULT Divinity Lost, from the upcoming Screams and Whispers scenario collection. The scenario was written by our dear friend Matthew Dawkins, who is also our game master. Joining Craig and Hjalmar was the talented Klara Herbøl. The music was made by Atrium Carceri and was used with permission from their label Cryochamber. Check out their website at cryochamber.bandcamp.com or their YouTube channel for some moody, dark ambient. We would like to give massive thanks to our champions of the Red Moon, Martin Heuschober, Nastasia Raulerson, Simon Cooper, David, Julia, Camilla, Ludwig Manford, and Robin for their generous support. And we would of course also like to thank all of our other patrons. Without your support, the show would not be possible. If you want to support our work, please check us out on Patreon. You can get access to bonus campaigns for KULT Divinity Lost and Coriolis there, as well as get early and raw access to all of our recordings. You can also hear your name read on the show as a champion of the Red Moon, as well as play KULT with us. Most importantly, that support is what keeps the show going, so do check us out there. Thank you again for listening, and remember, death is only the beginning.